Alright, hello and welcome to People Playing Pinball Poorly. I am your host, Adam Godfrey. This is not going to be my final setup. It's not even going to be my first setup. This is the beta test. I just wanted to, I stole a couple cameras from the studio at work. Just wanted to kind of do kind of a proof of concept, see what I needed to pick up to make some of these videos a reality. Today we're going to do a quick run through of Swords of Fury. Swords of Fury is a game released in June of 1988. In case you're wondering, it is model number 599. There was approximately 2,700, maybe 2,705 of these created. One of the definitely defining factors of this game is the music produced by Mr. Brian Schmidt. Mr. Brian Schmidt also did music for Black Knight 2000 and Hook, which you can see right over here, which is my Hook right here. Not that matters. Anyways, also so that well, Lionman, I understand. We'll get started very shortly. Just hang on a minute there. This game was designed by Steve Kirk. Steve Kirk was not a very prolific designer in the world of solid states. Did a lot more work in EM. On this playfield, I am in the middle of redecaling the inserts, so a lot of the inserts are missing. So I'm going to have to guess at a lot of the values, which is not good for a tutorial. But in general, I can kind of give you an idea of some strategies, some shots, and things of that nature. And then as far as some of the more specific things, you're just gonna have to wait until I actually do the real tutorial. Okay. So basically, we've got 4 flippers. We've got 2 at the bottom, and we've got one over here that is controlled by the left flipper, and then a mini flipper up here that is controlled by the right flipper button. When you start your game, you'll plunge your ball. Your ball will automatically be sent down to the upper playfield. Basically, the upper playfield, your score is determined by these kind of this orange crescent here, and I believe I believe the order is like 150, 200, 250, 300, and like 500,000 or something like that. And can also be multiplied up here. Again, I'm redoing the decals. This is just a proof of concept. So this is going to be more about general gameplay rather than specific points. Now, while you're playing, basically once you knock down all 5 drop targets, you will be awarded the score, the magic target score. These are called the magic targets. So you'll be awarded the magic target score. And again, that magic target score can be multiplied by these red inserts right here. How you maximize some of those red inserts, or basically how you maximize the magic targets here, is you want to shoot your spinners, this turnaround spinner, this U spinner right here. Call it the Lionman spinner because you got Lionman right here, of course. And then you've got the Balrogs that are greeting you on there. Need to redo the decals on that. So the more you spin those, the more this magic target score will go up. Also, you will go up 1 value for every set of drop targets you get down. So you can stay up here all day. You can get a great score if you can stay up there all day long. But if you can't, like most people, you want to hit these drop targets or these spinners as much as you can to raise that value. Now, the spinners can be dangerous because it is a very quick return, as you'll see, to the flippers. So be careful. Just be mindful when you're doing that. So you'll go up there. Then once you come down, you've got a couple other scoring objectives. You do have a spinner here on the left. I believe they call that like the Titan. I believe it's the Titan spinner here, and that can be lit for 1,000, 1,500, or 2,000. you also have your Avenger tunnel. Now, when this is a magic tunnel. When this magic tunnel is flashing, you'll be awarded the Avenger score. You can also score the Avenger score by spelling Avenger, which is A-V-E-N-G-E-R. Now you can't tell that because I'm redoing the decals again. My goodness, it is. Let me turn the music down. All right, we are back. I had to turn that beautiful music down, but I just want to make sure that you could hear me. Okay, so also, let's see here. What else can you do? So once you go up there, now you've also got your Ogre's Alley. And your Ogre's Alley can be advanced while you drain the ball. When you drain the ball, either the advance or the collect will be lit. The advance will be lit on one out lane. The collect will be lit on the other out lane. Now, that's probably the hardest way to light it, or to collect it, or increase it. If you want to do it the right way and the safe way, one will be lit in your lionman turnaround. So one, like collect, will be lit over here, and advance will be lit over there. So every time you hit advance, it'll advance your Ogre's Alley up to 500,000, and then every time you hit collect, it will actually collect that. That can be multiplied during multi-ball. So if you run it up to 500,000 during multi-ball, for every ball you have, you'll get that every score multiplied. So if you have 3 balls on the table, your score, everything will be multiplied by 3. If you have 2 balls on the table, everything will be multiplied by 2. You can tell that by these inserts right here. So in addition to that, you also have your multi-ball. So in order to achieve multi-ball, you need to lock 3 balls. You lock 3 balls in the Titan tunnel. You do that by shooting the ball up the Titan tunnel. The first ball will be locked in here. The second ball will be locked in a kick out that's under the mini playfield, and the third ball will dribble down and be locked next to where you lock the first ball. All the balls will be popped out and to your upper flipper, this upper full-size flipper here. And then your main objective during multi-ball initially to get your jackpot is shoot it up the lineman ramp. And when you first start multi-ball, the lineman hurry up, we'll cover that in a second. The lineman hurry up will be lit. You shoot that up there. Hopefully, if you do it soon enough, you'll get 3 times your lineman bonus. It'll come up over to your mini playfield. Now, one of these inserts will be lit. It basically, or one of those drop targets will be lit. It'll basically go back and forth. It just strobes back and forth. It basically goes left to right and then right to left. You have to hit that. So it's a bit of a balancing act, because while you're doing that, you've got to keep at least one of your other balls in play while you're waiting to hit that. Typically what I do is just try to keep it moving up there. Now, the one trick is that every time you knock down a drop down target, the opening for your ball, it becomes much greater of a chance of draining, because unlike most drop target banks, there's nothing behind that. Once you drop down one of the drop target banks, one of the drop targets, there's nothing to stop your ball, and it basically goes behind the drop targets, and then it dribbles down to your upper flipper. Also, so initially when you plunge your ball, you'll go to the mini playfield, but occasionally and relatively randomly, your ball may be diverted, and it's just like on F14, it'll tell you which one it's going to divert to. It'll be diverted either to a lock target. So there's a possibility to get a free first lock, but your second lock will not be. If there's already a ball locked in there, it will eject the ball out and lock only one ball. The other thing it will do is when this is lit, it advances your bonus multiplier when it's lit, and I think you also get some other points on that. Also, when your magic target score is lit in the back, you get the special. Usually that's an extra game or something like that. It's mostly in arcade play that comes in. So give me an extra game, or if you have it set, I think you can also get an extra ball on that. All right, so let's play a game. So your ball pops out. First thing you're going to do is you plunge, go up to the upper playfield. So again, your main goal while you're here, if you want to knock down all 5 of your drop down targets, just did that. So I scored my goblin. Not that that matters. Basically, I think I scored about 150,000 or maybe 200,000. I don't know. I need to get those redone. So usually my first objective is to get a ball locked. And luckily we've got our center post, and so we've got our tunnel hurry up, and when my tunnel hurry up was flashing, I could have gone in there and scored my Avenger bonus. I decided not to do that. Now, probably the most famous thing on this game is the Lionman hurry up. The Lionman hurry up will begin at the beginning of Multiball. It'll also begin if you hit the Avenger. That increases throughout the game. There's a couple different ways to advance that, but it'll just increase throughout the game, basically. Okay, so we've got our first ball locked for Multiball. It says found power 1. Now we plunge it up. So again, just there we had my the last one that was lit. So right here I'm just advancing my bonus multiplier. I think it's also giving me some points for the upper playfield. But it looks like it was just advancing my bonus multiplier. So again, this is just a test more than anything. I need to go through the rules again because I kind of know like the way that I know more or less the way that I like to play this game, and some of the things I like to do, and then we drain. So since I didn't hit really any of my drop targets, the other thing you can do is when one of these is lit, it will advance your bonus multiplier by 3. So that's another thing you want to do when the Balrog turnaround is lit. So let's see if we can. The other thing about the upper playfield, the mini playfield drop targets, and we've got our kickback here, which is only lit at the beginning of. I'm playing terrible now, right? Okay, we've got our first Lionman hurry up, and we go up and we score. Let's see here, 250,000 on that one. So it's not too bad. Okay, so lock our second ball. Again, that is locked under a kick-out hole under the mini playfield. So we're advancing our bonus here. Let's see if we can advance our bonus a little bit more. Okay, going to the upper playfield, the mini playfield. You know, there's a couple different techniques. It depends upon how your ball is bouncing. I will often leave that mini upper playfield flipper up to help catch the ball. But back to those drop targets. Each time you hit them down, they reset slower and slower each time. So right now I've got 3 of them up, as you might be able to see, and each time, you know, it takes a little bit longer for those to reset. So it becomes even more of a challenge each time to get the, you know, to hit them all down, because you've got to be more and more accurate each time. And sometimes, that block will reject. It's probably something, a little bit of an adjustment I need to do to the gate. There's a one-way gate in there that kind of controls that, but you know, so be it. Makes it a little harder, right? You gotta get that shot nice and clean. It can't be too hard or too soft to get in there. So let's see if we can get into multi-ball before I drain like a noob. Dang it. So it is being particularly difficult. Alright, let's see here. See if we can do a post transfer. And nope. Okay, but the good news is that we are advancing our by hitting the spinners, the Balrog spinners here. We're advancing our magic targets value. So that's one thing that can kind of be of benefit. All right, finally. So we're in multi-ball. So hopefully, if I can, I will get one of those first balls up to now. See, that kind of screwed me over because the mini play field was not lit on there. So really, really probably the safest way to get up there is on our safest way to get up there is by the magic tunnel. So I got it up there, but as you can see, my my diverter to go to the mini playfield was not lit. That actually happened so seldomly, I was not ready for it. So again, basically all that would happen, I would have got up there and I would have either hit one of the drop targets and then gotten one of the jackpots, or I would have failed miserably. So that's the basis of Swords of Fury. It was not a terrible game, but definitely not one of my best games. Probably a pretty good score on here is in a couple million, 4 or 5 million, if you're not getting a jackpot. And then the interesting thing about this game is it does top out at 9,999,999. So any score that goes above that just shows up on the display as 9,999,999, which is a bit unfortunate, especially because it's not too impossible to get 10 million or above on the game, and it just basically if you get 10 million, it just completely replaces it. Even if you got 20 million on here, it will replace that score. So it's one of those games that is limited a little bit on that, and it could use a slight code revision to maybe do the divided by 10 scoring potentially to give you an advantage on that. Okay, so that was the test, and once by mostly just looking at what cameras I need to get and what lighting is necessary to make it viable. Hopefully the audio picks up because this is really just a camera test and not an audio test, but we'll see. Okay, thanks for joining us. Bye.